Hello, you lovely people. This is Niho from Niho Models and Art. And in this more short video, we're going to talk about how to melt tracks together. Like I said in a previous video, there are basically 3, maybe 4 ways to connect your two-part tracks. The first one would be to melt them together. This is what I'm going to do now with this hobby blade that I exclusively use for melting the tracks together. The second way would be to glue them together with plastic cement, like the one from Tamiya here, but only if the instructions say so. And then there's a third way. You just use super glue, but also only if the instructions tell you to. So always read them and do the right thing accordingly. There is a fourth way that I did with some tracks, and you can just use a stapler and staple them together. This will lock them in place, and even if the tracks are rather tight on the model, you can do that. So, with no further ado, I'm going to show you how to melt them together. In our Tamiya Panther, you can see there are these little 4 pins, and there you have 4 little holes. So you connect these 2 together. I already did that with the second track, so you can see how I'm melting that together. It's not really good on camera, but you can see all 4 pins are in place. Now, off camera, I've got just a simple candle, and I'm going to heat the hobby knife now. How long should you do that? Depends on the flame you're using, but most of the times 20 seconds is enough. Now, since I can't really lay the tracks down on the hobby mat, I have to put one of my fingers behind it. Take care, the hobby knife will get extremely hot, and molten plastic is also not good on your skin. So the hobby knife should be ready now. And now we're just going to press it slightly against the pins. Don't overdo that, or you can break the tracks, probably. Apply the pressure for a few seconds and then just lightly slide the hobby knife off. You can't see it too good here, but they are now melted together. Allow this to dry for about a minute or so, and then you can apply even more force on them. If your method fails, if you don't succeed melting them together, gluing them with cement or super glue, the fourth option I told you about, the stapler, would be a good idea, especially if you're like new, if you're unsure if you can do it, or, and this happened to me quite sometimes, if you don't succeed melting them together, just use the stapler. Think about where you would put it and then just staple them together. But then of course you stapled, you melted them together and it doesn't look really good. Where should you put the glue part, the melted together part? Depends on what model you're building. If you're building like a model that has side skirts that like hide some part of the lower hull where the tracks go, you put it there. If you can clearly see the upper part of the tracks that's above on the hull, you put it on the downside and just hide it beneath one of the wheels. No one will know. You won't see it. And if you're like weathering the model a lot, you put a lot of dirt or some pigments on the tracks, you won't see it either way. Okay, that's about it for how to melt tracks together. If I keep doing this series, if I keep doing other models, I will make sure to include models with tracks that are glued with super glue or cement together, but the most common way is to melt them. Even if you can do super glue or Tamiya cement, you can always melt them or staple them together. Okay, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed watching and see ya!